Well, and then there was one in the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series, as we're set for racing here today at Homestead, Miami Speedway for 27 laps of action. As Ford Championship weekend continues with the Ford EcoBoost 300, as we're set for the racing here, 27 laps remain in this season, and the championship's already been clinched about two races ago at Rockingham. But we're still looking forward to some great action here on this mile and a half oval here at Homestead, Florida. So let's see what happens here today as the starting line for today's running event. On the pole at 190 miles per hour, it is Jesse Turner, the number 34 Goulds Pump Chevy. He was the winner at Las Vegas this season. It will be alongside the Daytona champion. It's Benjamin Miles, number 7, the Geico Chevrolet. Road 2 has Cole Deaver, one of the rides he'll have next season, in the Oreo Rich Chevrolet, car number 3. Let's remember, Cole actually also won the truck race and the championship in the truck series as well. He'll be flanked by Chelsea Bowles, number 12, the Verizon Wireless Dodge. Row 30 has Trace Williamson, car 29, the Phillips 66 Trop Arctic Chevrolet 29, and beside him will be Paul Minnick, number 10, the Nesquik Chevrolet. Fourth row has Andrew Perry in the Duraflame Dodge, car 66, and beside him will be car 00. It's the Aquafresh Pontiac, of Emmanuel Hartnett. Fifth row has Chris Dalton. He'll be carrying one of our in-car cameras in today's event, the Kleenex Chevrolet car 32. And number 45 is Sprint Spree Chevrolet of Zachary Fitzwater. Sixth row, John Arndt, car number 5, the Delphi Chevrolet. And beside him will be number 24, Ryan George, in the DuPont Automotive Finishes Chevrolet, car number 24. Next row down has Zach Flickinger, car 2, the AC Delco Chevrolet, and Phil Parker, the winner at Phoenix, the last race on the tour, in the DeWalt Tool Chevy, car 17. Next row down has car 89, Quentin Moore. He'll be with this ride next season in the Racing for Jesus Chevrolet. Beside him will be number 63, the Lysol Pontiac of Nick Baxter, 2-time winner this season so far. Next row down, Luis Hernandez, car 36, the Stanley Tools Pontiac. And number 62, it'll be Joshua Sikuli in the South Point Hotel Casino Chevrolet, car 62. Next row down has William Brock in the Castrol GTX Chevrolet, car 27. Next row, he'll be alongside Dylan Young, and the winner at Darlington in the Great Clips Toyota, car 38. Next row down, Kev Shearer, car 14, the Navy Chevrolet, and the winner at Talladega, Daniel Olson in the Detroit Gasket Chevy, car number 72. Next row down has Matt McIntyre, number 93, the Amoco Ultimate Pontiac, and 4-time winner Jessica Shelton, number 94, the New Holland Ford. She'll be with this ride next season as well, and she has our second in-car camera in today's event. Next row down has number 99, Dunn LaPrade in the Airstream Machine Toyota, and JT Bryant, number 1, the DeWalt Tools Chevrolet. Next row down has Nick Gunther, car 20, the GameStop Toyota. He won at Cal Auto Club this season, and beside him will be Jonathan Zorlin, car 33, the Ream Chevrolet. Next row down, Joshua Osborne, car 60, the Winn-Dixie Ford. He's won twice this season so far. And Andrew Davis in car 87, the Bell Mobility Chevrolet. Next row down is Chris Dodd, the winner at South Boston Speedway in Virginia, the Navy Chevrolet car 88, and Joshua Collar, driving for Jennifer Jo Cobb in car 13, the Mark 1 electric Ford. Next row down has Johnny Gardner, car 28, the car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge, and Michael Turner in car 43, the Auto Value Bumper to Bumper Toyota. Next row down has the newly crowned champion Kyle Matthews, car 44, the Shell Pontiac, and beside him will be car 23, Dougie Shears, Super Shears as he is known, in the Stacker 2 Chevrolet car 23. And starting next row down will be Charles Sanford, car 74, the Finalube Chevrolet, winner at Rockingham this season, and he'll be alongside Jordan Anderson, car 18, the MB&A Pontiac. And starting scratch on the field will be Matt Haas in car 37, the Timberwolf Pontiac. So the starting line has been given. Here comes the command of the fire engines for the final time in the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series for Season 1. So the field command's been given to for the entrance, and as we said here, first place and second place are both clinched, believe it or not. That will be Kyle Matthews, the champion, and Jessica Shelton. She'll be finishing second on the season. So Shelton will be sticking with her ride next season, as we mentioned before, in the New Holland Ford number 94. Car owned, of course, by Bill Elliott. Jesse Turner, though, he has won. Jesse Turner and Benjamin Miles both have won a race this season. Turner was the winner at Las Vegas, while Benjamin Miles won the opener down in Daytona. Or up in Daytona, I should say, in this case. So the season starts and ends both in Florida, but different types of racetracks, obviously. And I tell you, you want a good feeling here? Next time they get on the backstretch, they'll be about approaching 190 miles per hour on this racetrack here at Homestead Miami Speedway, banked at 20 degrees in the turns, which, of course, if you want my opinion, makes this track a whole heck of a lot better than the old flat track configuration. Not saying the flat track wasn't a good idea, but still. So some of these cars will return next season, while the 24 course will have. Well, I think the 24 will stick with Pepsi. I think next season. But anyway, here comes the car. Here comes Field coming for green flag. 27 laps to go in a season. Jesse Turner leads them down. The Ford EcoBoost 300 is on. Now we say first and second are both clinched, but however, third on down does have. There is got some. However, there is possibility for some exchanges from third on down, so they are still racing for whatever position they can get at season's end. And oh gosh, no, 4 wide for the lead off turn number 4. Jesse Turner about hits the wall. Who is the first lap? Oh my! If that would have been the finish, that would have been epic. If that would have been the finish of the race, and they gave it to Benjamin Miles on the very first lap. 3,000, look at 7,000ths of a second from first to third, 3,000ths from first to fourth, or first to second, excuse me. And there's still 4 wide now for fourth place. Chelsea Bull's trying to shove Cole Deaver to the lead, and that's where we saw those two in the truck race. It was between Bowles and Deaver for the whole thing. Should I say for the finish of the race there, actually, not for the points, because Deaver had to hold off Keith Batson and Joshua Sekuli. Batson's not in this race, but Sekuli is in the 62 car. Trace Williams will take the lead. Deaver did lead the lap. Here comes Trace Williams. Here comes Andrew Perry now in the 66 car. He'll go for the number 1 spot. And here comes that 32 car, Chris Dalton, who ran so well. Who's been running so well in the late part of the season. On board Dalton's car. These mile-and-a-half tracks can be an engine builder's nightmare. Seeing right there about turning almost 9,000 RPMs in the turn number 3, and down to about maybe 8,200, maybe 8,300, I think, in the middle of 3 and 4. That lap tallied at 193.5 miles per hour for Chris Dalton. He led the lap. As the field begins to get strung up just a little bit here, John Arndt now running in second position. Here comes Zach Flickinger in the 2 car. And Quentin Moore coming up through the field in number 89. That's the Morgan Shepherd paint scheme. Just got scratched by a cat here. Anyway, I felt claws. Anyway, Cole Deaver getting a little bit loose right here. Here comes Jesse Turner, the pole sitter for the event, to the inside lane. As they come off turn number 2, John Arndt's going to go for the number 1 spot. John Arndt's yet to win a race this season in this series. He has won in Cup and he has won in trucks so far this season, but never in a Mello Yello series. That could change possibly today. We'll see what happens here. We still got 20 laps remaining, or actually we'll be coming up on 20 laps to go. Chelsea Bull's moving her way through the field here. There's Dylan Young in number 38. He started about the middle of the pack. And there's outside pole sitter Benjamin Miles in the number 7 car. Daniel Olson, the winner at Talladega this season in 72. That was his only win on the season so far. Here comes Cole Deaver back to the inside lane in number 3. Looking for, I believe that's for, He and Dalton going in right here as Flickinger gets a little high coming out of turn number 2. Turner nicely, but only for briefly because here comes the 93 of Matt McIntyre. 4 wide for 3rd position. Wow, they are really mixing it up. Dalton and Deaver battling side by side now. Dalton goes side by side with Jesse Turner in the 34 car. And Deaver about pushed up the track and about got Dalton in turn 1. Joshua Sekuli is in there in the mix right here. There's Johnny Gardner, 22. And of course, as we said, the champ, Kyle Matthews in 44. His average finish coming into this race is an 8.87, believe it or not. 8.87. You heard me right on that. And actually has over a 500-point lead coming into this race. I mean, and I think somebody told me that's about enough to even want a chase for this series, but if you know me, no chase in any of my series, if you know me. But anyway, Nick Gunther goes to the inside lane here. He gets past William Brock. Phil Parker kind of falling back just a little bit in the 17 car. 3 wide between Dougie Shears, and Dunn LaPrade in 99 as they come off turn number 2. Kev Shears sliding back. There's Jessica Shelton, 94. 4-time winner this season. She won that one of the dual races at the Orange County Speedway. Won also the day race at Bristol. She won also at the Indy Short Track and also won at New Hampshire this season. So 3 of them on short tracks and 1 on a 1-mile track. On board Jessica Shelton. Into turn number 3 she goes. Here Shelton up the high side of the track here. Runs in 37th position at the moment. Had a bad run at the race at Phoenix, so unfortunately for her, as they come down through turns 1 and 2 again. Back to the leaders, Chris Dalton out in front, car 32, the Kleenex Cottonelle Chevrolet. That's the 1999 Monte Carlo he's driving. Dylan Young diving inside now at Chelsea Bowles, a pair of black and red cars, one a Dodge and the other a Toyota. Off turn number 2 they come, and they really got it going on here. About 4, they've been 4 wide for quite a position, quite a bit here so far. And Matt McIntyre about slid up into Jesse Turner in 34, but they managed to keep the handle coming out. Turn number 4 is now Turner and Paul Menick go side by side now, and we're already closing up on 10 laps to go in this race. A very fast paced. In a very fast-paced Ford EcoBoost 400 or 300, excuse me. Chelsea Bowles to the inside lane on Chris Dalton, looking for the number 1 spot. And now Dalton's going to get the draft off Dylan Young in the turn number 3. No, well, I thought he was going to dip down to help Chelsea Bowles, but. And now Dylan Young goes up to the high side here, and Dalton about to hit the wall, come out 2, I should say. Bowles now has the lead, but here comes Young to the inside lane as he looks for the lead. Dylan Young looking for the number 1 spot here. He won the season early on at Darlington. The first visit there. Backstretch now. Here comes Paul Menick, the winner at Texas this season in an Esquick Chevy. Menick dives to the inside lane on Dylan Young as he goes into turn number 1. 10 laps to go right now in the season. But Chelsea Bowles to the inside lane. And oh my gosh, are they 4 wide for the lead? No, they are not. Here, Dalton thought better of it. Menick now goes to the number 1 spot, and this is about how he left it at Texas. Menick in the lead, and Dalton in second. Paul Minnick out in front has one, like I said, one-time winner this season. And look who's coming through the field now. Car 22, the Discount Tires Dodge, Johnny Gardner. He almost won that race at Bristol, the first race at Bristol, I should say, where Jessica Shelton beat him out for the win there. Gardner up to 5th as he goes inside of his teammate, Chelsea Bowles, in the number 12 car. But Jesse Turner now fights back on the outside, and he gets around him. Now here comes Zach Flickinger in number 2. And meantime, battle for the lead here between Chris Dalton and Matt McIntyre in 93. And whoa, oh no, Deaver, Cole Deaver almost, they have about 4 wide through turns 3 and 4, and Deaver almost made it 5 wide. And that would not have worked. Deaver has to back up just a little bit now. Chris Dodd now up on the high side along with Chelsea Bowles. They come out turn number 2. Into the third turn they go here. Here comes Fitzwater in 45. He begins to roll in that number 45 car. John Arndt the same way in the number 5 machine as Bowles slips back now. And now here comes some new faces here. Luis Hernandez, Joshua Osborne in this mix as well in number 60. Jordan Anderson, an 18 car. Matthews up on the high side in the 44. Coming to start finish line this time by it'll be 5 laps to go in the race here. 5 to go on the season in the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series. Paul Minnick out in front. Chris Dalton to second. Third goes Johnny Gardner on board Dalton. He goes to the inside now for the lead. Coming down this time will be 3 laps to go. Chris Dalton looking for his first win of the season. He's come so close a few times. He's had a couple of seconds. And here comes Johnny Gardner, 22. He's hungry for a win. Not just in this series, but he's also hungry for winning the Cup Series. He hasn't won the Cup Series in a long time. Through the third and fourth turns they come now. They'll be coming up on 2 laps to go. Flickinger, he's in this mix. Where did he come from in the number 2 car? Jesse Turner gets into it now. And Cole Deaver now gets into it. Can he continue a Homestead sweep, possibly? It'll be the white flag next time by Johnny Gardner, 22 out in front. 3 wide for second. And Paul Minnick has that middle lane working to his advantage now as he closes up on Gardner. White flag is out. 1 lap to go in the NRSL Mello Yello Series. For this season, as they go through the first and second turns now, Minnick dives to the inside lane. And then a quick Chevy. Gardner in the 22 Discount Dodge. The question is who's going to be third on back, as this will be the battle for the win. Minnick to the inside lane on Gardner. Here comes Paul Minnick through the third and fourth turns now. Here they come up the fourth corner. Gardner to the high side. Minnick clears him, and Paul Minnick wins the 40 Go Boost 300. And in a Chevrolet as well. Chevy somewhere swept the first 2 races of Ford Championship weekend. Comet, and of course, Comet has already got the championship in the Pontiac. So Ford so far not having any luck in their championship weekend. But anyway, Paul Minnick has done it here today at Homestead Miami Speedway. And I don't know why they're still racing. But anyway, Paul Minnick has won it here today. Johnny Gardner comes home second. Third will go to Cole Deaver. Fourth position will go to Zach Flickinger. Jesse Turner 5th. Joshua Osborne, the leading Ford in the field, comes home 6th. William Brock was 7th. 8th position will go to Dylan Young. Chris Dalton drops to 9th. And 10th will go to JT Bryant. So the season, of course, all over with here. Paul Minnick wins the race, wins the 40 Go Boost 300. Kyle Matthews, of course, already the champion of this series. But anyway, Rest of the field here, Jordan Anderson comes up in 11th. 12th will be Zachary Fitzwater. John Arndt 13th. 14th, Emmanuel Hartnett. Ryan George 15th. 16th will be Daniel Olson. 17th will go to Daniel Olson. Or this actually 17th will go to Matt McIntyre. 18th, Quentin Moore. 19th, Kyle Matthews. And 20th will be Chris Dodd. 21st, Chris will be Luis Hernandez. 22nd will be Cab Shearer. Dunlap Pratt Nick Gunter 23rd, Dunlap Pratt 24th, Andrew Davis 25th, 26th position will go to Joshua Collard. Not the season he wanted after being reunited with Jennifer Jo Cobb Racing, of course, but he'll be back with us ride next season. Matt Haas 27th, 28th will be Jonathan Sorlin, Charles Sanford 29th. 30th will go to Nick Baxter, 31st Joshua Sakuli. Near Jessica Shelton, another bad day for her, 32nd. In the field, Benjamin Miles, 33rd. Dougie Shears, 34th. 35th, Trace Williams, 36th. Andrew Perry, 37th. Phil Parker. Michael Turner, 38th. And Chelsea Bowles, after being up there for much of the race, ends up 39th. But the season is over with for the NRSL NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series. This series will be under the NRSL banner next season, of course, obviously. So Paul Minnick wins the event title. Kyle Matthews is your champion, and we will have a points review when we come back. And we're back here at the after the finale here at Homestead Miami Speedway for the NRSL Mello Yello Series. And this is the points review we're going to have for you here. And as far as the championship is concerned, not too much really to talk about, to be honest. Kyle Matthews wins the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series Championship Season 1 by a very, very wide margin of 573 points, and that's unheard of in our competition, especially on equal ratings, I might add. Here, but what more can I say from Kyle's season? 31 starts, 6 wins, 14 top 5s, and 21 top 10s finishes, in spite of the 19th he had at the Homestead, and 4 pole positions. I mean, that is a tremendous average start of 13.61 and an average finish of 9.19. I mean, that is out of this world as far as NR's competition is concerned here. Finishing second by 573 was Jessica Shelton, and she even had a huge margin over third place, which in fact was Cole Deaver, who unfortunately for him didn't win a race in the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series, but he did get 8 top 5s and 10 top 10 finishes and 1 pole position. He almost won Milwaukee, but had to settle for second, but to Ryan George in that finish. But anyway, but Shelton's margin over third place Cole Deaver was 325 points. I mean, geez. Yeah, almost as big a margin from third to fourth, second to third than it was first to second. But anyway, so that was all you could say for the top 3 finishers. Cole Deaver did get by Charles Sanford for the third position in the points chase. Sanford ends up finishing 4th with 2 wins, 7 top 5s, and 14 top 10 finishes and 3 pole positions. William Brock comes on in 5th position in the points despite not winning a race with the Casey Atwood 27 colors. But he did get a top 5 finish with that ride out of Bruco Motorsports. So a great day season for William Brock. John Arndt comes on with a good 6th place finish for him in the points. Didn't win a race, but he gets 6 top 5s and 13 top 10 finishes. 7th position, going 7th in the points, was Joshua Osborne, despite winning 3 times this season. 3-time winner this season. He won at Milwaukee, or not Milwaukee, but he won at Road America and the controversial finish at Bristol, where the pace car picked him up at the start-finish line when the top 4 cars actually finished ahead of him, and the base car as well. So that's a finish we'll all talk about for sure. 4 top 5s and 12 top 10 finishes for Osborne. Jonathan Zorling dropped to 8th place in the points. Joshua Sakuli comes home in 9th in the points. And finishing 10th was Benjamin Miles. And with his lone win at Daytona, 7 top 5s and 12 top 10 finishes. And how about a pat on the back, though, for Phil Parker? 11th place in the points for him in his first season with the NRSL Mello Yello series. And I'm sure you'll probably look for him to maybe make a Casual G-Tex Cup Series debut next season, possibly. We'll see what happens there when signups happen. One win that came at Phoenix. He had 3 top 5s and 9 top 10s. Fell just shy of the top 10 in the points chase by only 5 points. I mean, that's really close. Jesse Turner comes home in 12th place in the points. He had moved up 2 spots from at Homestead, points wise. The one win came at Las Vegas. Ryan George had 2 wins this season, I should say. 13th in the points for him. Dylan Young, 14th with that lone win at Darlington. And Chris Darton moved up to 15th in the points. He had a strong second half of the season. No wins, but 5 top 5s and 12 top 10 finishes for him this season. 16th was Emmanuel Hartnett. He had 2 wins on the season. Paul Minnick was 17th in the points and moved up 9 positions from his win at Homestead. So great move up for Paul Minnick. He was 26th in points coming in. Reminded me a lot of his truck win at Phoenix that moved him up 9 spots in the points. Johnny Gardner, he moved up 8 spots to 19th in the points chase. No wins, but 5 top 5s and 7 top 10 finishes. Andrew Davis had 6 top 5s and 10 top 10 finishes and to his 18th place in the points. And Zachary Fitzwater comes home in 20th in the points. No wins, but 4 top 5s and 7 top 10s. He gets screwed out of that Bristol win, by the way, too. Chris Dodd comes home in 11th in the points, 21st, I should say, in the points chase. He had the win at South Boston. Joshua Collar dropped to 22nd in points with the Jennifer Joe Cobb car. He ends up with a win at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. Dunlap Pratt, 23rd in the points. 24th, Jordan Anderson. 25th was Andrew Perry. 26th was Michael Turner. Matt Haas was 27th in the points. 28th was Daniel Olson with that lone win at Talladega this season. JT Bryant, 29th. And Keb Shearer actually finished in the top 30 in the 30th position in the points. Nick Gunther was 31st in points, and his lone win came, I believe, at at California Speedway. Luis Hernandez was 32nd in points. Matt McIntyre up to 33rd in the points at season's end. Quentin Moore was 34th. 35th was Trace Williams. 36th was Nick Baxter, despite 2 wins, but he started the season late. And I'll tell you why, too. Zach Flickinger was 37th, 38 in points. 38th was Dougie Shears. 39th was Chelsea Bowles. And Chris Morgan, who ran a couple of races, and actually that wasn't really his real name, as I found out. So that's why he got put another ride by myself. And thankfully, Johnny Gardner recommended Nick Baxter for that ride. So anyway. So that was how the season ends in the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series. We'll continue with that same mod next season as the season starts back up at Daytona for season 2 of the series. And congratulations again to Kyle Matthews. Finally gets an offline championship in the NRSL Mello Yello Series, and he will do it here this season. So for now, this is James Qualls, and this has been production of the NRSL. And we will see you at Daytona for the NRSL Mello Yello Racing Series when we come back.